Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Watch. Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smacked Raw podcast, WrestleMania recap edition. Holy shit, Roman Reigns is a monster in the ring, crushing everyone's hopes and dreams like he said he would. Goddamn. Welcome to the show. We are your hosts, Kyle Tyson, RN, and Katie Bebe. What's going on, you guys?
Not much. Fucking awesome weekend of Mania. Definitely met the expectations and more, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it actually started on time. There wasn't a lot of errors, so I actually had a good time watching Mania tonight.
Yeah, me too. Let's go ahead. Let's answer the obvious, inconsequential question on everybody's mind. Which night of Mania did you prefer?
Oh, night one for sure.
Yeah, night one.
Yeah, night one. Unanimous. Not that night two was bad.
It's just like TakeOver.
Yeah.
Night one was better.
Mm-hmm.
And night two tried, but some things just didn't work.
Yeah. There was some good stuff in there. Some really, really interesting stuff in here tonight. Can't wait to get into it. But if you're new to the show, we are a wrestling recap show. Make sure to tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for our on twitch.tv/puttingyouover for our Raw, AEW Dynamite, and SmackDown recaps. If you want to hear our NXT recaps, Katie and RN here will recap those on Wednesdays as well, typically going live before AEW Dynamite, so a little bit earlier in the evening on twitch.tv/Smacked Raw podcast. Please head on over to those Twitch channels, follow us so you never miss a live stream. However, if you do, it's okay. We got a YouTube channel. It's where we put all our shows. Head on over to youtube.com/Smacked Raw podcast. Like, subscribe, notification bell, all that fun stuff. You already know. Honestly, we greatly appreciate it. RN, haven't done a show with you in a minute, man. Or did we just do SmackDown together? No, we did SmackDown together, right?
We didn't do this week together. We did last week though.
That's right. No, this week I didn't need anybody. It was literally I had that shit knocked out in less than 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing to that show.
What was it, like 4 matches?
2.5. I don't count Nia and Tamina. Yeah. Yeah, 2.5 matches. Everything else is promos.
Jesus.
And Katie,
Yes,
did
sir.
you say you were doing a walkthrough on a house today?
Yeah, we did. She goes to close tomorrow.
Hell yeah, Katie, baby, getting her own studio like me. I can't wait to see it.
It's not
Can't
going to
wait
be
to
like
see
that.
it. Yeah.
It's not going to be that
I can
intense.
picture it now, man. Everything looks like you got this grand office/studio, and then your bed's just like in a little corner. It's gonna be great, Katie. You're gonna love it. Okay. Oh man. What'd you guys in the chat? What'd y'all think of Mania? Which one did you like more? I mean, the obvious is night one, but was there something about night two that felt like it topped night one in any aspect? I don't know, man. Bianca and Sasha set a high bar to follow. And as
The
great
whole
as
card set a high bar to follow, honestly. Like it was even Braun and fucking Shane was dope. And you know how much I dislike Braun.
yeah. Yeah, no, night one. I wonder what it was. Do you think that you think it's fatigue? A lot of wrestling during the week, and it's just we kind of puttered out on the last night, or was there something really missing from tonight?
I think that's part of it. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, even through the main event, I was dying. I literally had to like get up, sit in my chair, turn the fan on, and like stay awake
Oh
to
man.
finish it later. So and like you said, I think it was just something missing. Like it just didn't have whatever night one was, and I think a lot of night one was just a buzz with Sasha and everybody and all that, and Drew too. So
Yeah.
I think that kind of starting out the show with that energy and then ending it, I think that kind of is what made it better than night two.
Yeah. In the chat, Jay says, I think Bama said it good. Some matches for night 2 were executive and Vince decisions, but all matches from night 1 were for the fans. Yeah, night 1 really did feel like fan service. Human Ramp said, I prefer night 2, although I'm Canadian, so I have bias. Where would Canadian play into night 2?
Natty,
Sure.
Natty got shot.
But I feel like that would have been more night 1 because they won night 1.
Yeah, they won night 1, and then you had, I don't know. Oh, Edge and Sammy and Kevin Owens. God,
Kevin.
we're fucking,
Jesus.
Yeah,
suck.
no, I swear we watch wrestling every week. Jesus Christ. Look, man, we're tired. We're tired. Little shit's gonna fall through the cracks, okay? Oh man.
Suck.
As long as it ain't Natty.
Yeah, it ain't Natty. Anyways, last up before we get into the show, like we always say, man, it's awesome to listen to your wrestling content, watch your wrestling content, but it's also important to read up on your wrestling content. Head on over to WrestlingNewsWorld.com, bookmark that page for all your current wrestling news, recaps, retro reviews, and of course, we are the exclusive recap podcast for the website as well. So make sure to check them out, man. Support the wrestling community, folks. Come on now. Okay.
Come on now.
Kicking off the night with probably the most controversial segment. Titus O'Neil and Hulk Hogan. Dude, was there acknowledgement of the controversy in this, or am I reading too deep?
Twitter definitely took a hold of that. Obviously nothing from WWE themselves because WWE. But it was implied.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan dropped some line about like scallywags or something, and Titus was like, yo, you can't call people scallywags. Come on, man. Tell me that wasn't... Oh, come on.
I tried my best to not even pay attention to when they were on screen. I'm gonna be 100% honest.
I hear you. No, honestly, I felt obliged to take it down, and so that's kind of like the only reason I paid attention to it, because I really did have a hard time. It turns out that Bayley is like the unofficial host of WrestleMania. That was pretty neat. She kept interrupting the segments. However, that fell on its face too.
Right.
No, actually, you know what? I think Jay put it great now that I'm actually thinking about it. Yeah, a lot of this stuff felt like the tropes that we kind of don't like in WrestleMania. Some part-timers, old-timers coming out and humiliating the current talent. Shit like that, man.
Right.
But here, let's kick it off, man, for something that we've honestly never seen in WWE. And that was this Randy Orton and the Fiend match. Jesus Christ, what was this? A quick rundown. Orton, white trunks. That's awesome. Orton joking, making sure he won't slide down the ramp. That was also awesome. The Fiend walking through some flaming tunnel while the burnt persona burns off of him into the classic version of the Fiend. That was pretty dope. Mm-hmm. The giant Jack in the Box that Alexa Bliss played to Fiend dope. Coming out. Losing my fucking mind here. It was some fantastic shit. The match then also pretty much was a classic Fiend match where he was essentially unstoppable. No sold most of the offense. There was an awesome Brody Lee tribute in there, by the way. A lot of people were happy to see that. Apparently this was Bray Wyatt's first match back since Brody passed. I was not aware of this fact. Yeah, I know you'd think he'd had one by now, right? But apparently Brody passed after the Inferno match. If I'm recalling this correctly.
He's been back, but they didn't have a match. He came back looking like when he was all burnt up.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it was acknowledged this was his first match. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like because That's what I was saying to like Katie. Like, yeah, he's been back, but that was his actual first match. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Randy Orton started to pick up momentum, but the Fiend wouldn't stay down. It was in classic horror monster trope fashion. And then we got the interesting segment. Alexa, well, not Alexa Bliss right away. The Fiend looks like he's about to put away Randy Orton, catching an RKO into the mandible claw, about to do the Sister Abigail. Fire erupts from the pillars. Alexa Bliss emerges on top of this giant jack-in-the-box in some sacrilegious, bleeding, like, thorn crown. Some really touchy stuff here, honestly. I'm not going to say the imagery was some sensitive stuff. But apparently this was enough to distract the Fiend. She was calling out to him almost. He ate a single RKO and was pinned. And this left a lot of people scratching their head. Did Alexa turn on the Fiend? Is she taking control of him? You actually, when they disappeared out of the ring, you actually could hear some boos going on too.
This shit was
100%.
super lame. Super lame. The imagery and everything, like, it's always dope with the Fiend, but again, this just goes back to Bray Wyatt never winning at WrestleMania. That's one thing. And just like, it didn't make any sense at all. Like, what the like, I was lost throughout the whole thing. I was like, what? I was like, Alexa Bliss shit, the Jack in the Box, all of it was just like, what is going on?
Well, the Jack in the Box I got, because that's in her recent promos. That's how she's been teasing Return the Fiend, come back to me.
Yeah.
But the after the part, like after the fact, is she Sister Abigail? Like, what? So many questions left unanswered. And I feel like this should be some deep methodical thing, but it's WWE, so it's probably going to be oversimplified. Also, Vanessa dropped in to say hi. Hey, what's up, Vanessa?
Hi, Vanessa.
So, bro. Yeah, it's just like, I'm over this shit. Move on. Like, it's been him fiending Randy Orton for 17 months now. Like,
yeah, he never really got his revenge for burning down his house either. If you think about it.
I mean, he got lit on fire, came back, but ate an RKO and lost.
Right.
Okay. Whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah, you still see the people wearing their tinfoiled hats saying this isn't the real Fiend.
Yeah.
This is some fake Fiend out there.
There was a lot of people saying that. I'm like, that is definitely Bray Wyatt's fucking wide body ass. That was
who was it? Was like the legs look skinny.
His legs always look skinny though.
Know,
you really go back and look, he always looks like built like Foghorn Leghorn or Dr. Robotnik or some shit. Big up top, tiny down bottom. And those fucking workout pants don't do him no justice either.
No. Backstage, Bailey, the unofficial co-host of WrestleMania, invites Eric Bischoff onto the Ding Dong Hello segment. I couldn't quite hear the TV, but it really just looked like everybody was ignoring her and no selling her even being there. And eventually it looked like Bischoff and Hulk Hogan walked off, and then Titus O'Neil awkwardly behind them.
Mm-hmm. That's basically it.
Okay. Yeah, the TV was kind of quiet. I couldn't hear really the dialogue that well. My kids were still awake, and they're always their loudest right before bed.
As they should be.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to poll you guys, just because I have been way off base with the norm. Was this an oddly really good match between Nia and Shayna, and Tamina and Natty? Or was I just in some special mood tonight? Because I thought this match was fantastic.
You were in a special mood tonight. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like they definitely have had better matches.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
and Natty still can't do a goddamn sharpshooter.
Hey, look, the crowd was cheering for Tamina, though. You got to give them that.
Oh, she probably had one of the biggest pops of the night.
The crowd were firmly behind Tamina tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Tamina looked great. Shayna looked great. But Nia and Natty,
I can't believe I picked these bitches to win.
I even changed my answer because I was like, "Oh, Tamina's gonna get a moment."
Me too.
Me
That's
too,
why I'm
man.
done listening to fucking
what?
Bam. I'm done listening to Bama and all these moment people. Fuck your moments, bro, because the moments don't matter. It didn't happen for Drew or fucking Tamina. Don't ever say anything about the fucking WrestleMania moment again. I'm never listening to that shit.
Well, Tamina's would have made more sense because she legit has never had one.
Ever had a title.
But
of course, Drew's would have too. Supposedly he needed his WrestleMania moment because he didn't win the belt in front of fans. I mean, how many times did they say that in the fucking chat?
I mean, a lot. I've said it too, but Tamina definitely like deserved it.
I think so,
Drew had that. I mean, yeah, there were no fans, but he also got to start Mania this year with fans. But also, just fuck predictions. Like, I was in top 5.
I've been right now. This is the best I've been doing the last 3 or 4 pay-per-views, and I did all right, but still, like, I changed my fucking pick like an idiot because WrestleMania moments.
So I got damn near perfect for TakeOver, and no, Mania screwed me over. I'll be in 10th place or lower. Damn it!
I think I did pretty good. I did
awful.
So I'll admit it now, just because I'm a piece of shit. I definitely just went to the betting websites and just picked the people who had the best odds, because they're really accurate. Now,
apparently Sheamus had really low odds.
He did. That's I picked Riddle because of the betting odds.
Oh, see,
yeah,
I picked Sheamus. My cousin even asked me, he was like, "Hey, you like wrestling and helping my gambling addiction? Is Sheamus gonna win?" I was like, "Yeah, he is gonna win," and I helped him win money. So, haha.
Nice. I don't know, man. I don't know. I have my own thoughts, and then I look at the betting odds, and then I just question myself the whole time. Like, what do I
wasn't confident on like any of these.
No. The tag match though was pretty damn stiff. I think that's why I got into it. Yeah. Tamina and Nia just slugging it out. They teased throughout the whole match the spot of Tamina body slamming Nia Jax, kind of a la Hogan and Andre. Eventually you got it. Unfortunately, Tamina didn't quite get all of it in there, but the crowd were extremely forgiving for it tonight. I cannot genuinely say this enough. I am happy how positive the crowd reacted to Tamina. I have to imagine that had to feel fantastic being a wrestler.
That was WrestleMania moment for Tamina email, probably.
Yeah. It's probably a bigger moment for her than actually the champions retaining, was just how the crowd reacted.
I was just happy because this is the first time that the champs have looked like they were the fucking reigning and defending for almost a year champs. Like, they've been getting their asses handed to them literally every show by both champions and the challengers and every tag team in the division. So it's like, I'm glad they finally gave them some type of they made them look like what they really are.
Their entrance looked really good. I don't know what it was, but I was watching Nia and Shayna make their entrance, and I was like, is this going to be a team that we like look back fondly on after they're gone? Like, and we say, damn, we should have appreciated this, because Nia and Tamina, I think, have the potential on their best days to be like a Triple H and Stone Cold tag team, where they or a brothers
Nia and Shayna?
Nia and Shayna. Did I say Nia and Tamina?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck it, man.
The team that should have been
the team
before Nia got hurt.
Anyways, I think they could be a dominant tag team, like, and really, really be dominant. It's just we've watched them lose like super frequently a lot lately.
But they're losing that, which is what I was kind of talking about. They haven't really lost to any real tag teams. They've been losing to the champion, the two women's champions, and whoever the hell the women's champ is going against. That's where most of their losses have came from, is
in singles matches, like, too. They get rolled up like nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. She just lost to Natty. What was that, last week or the week before, to a fucking roll up? So yeah, it's like just weird. It's weird shit like how WWE does their tag. Like, they genuinely don't give a shit about the tag champs, like, at all.
True.
Yeah. I'll say this: if you one thing to go back, this match, if you're a fan of stiff matches and seeing Natalya get the shit kicked out of her, watch this match, because Natalya got her ass beat tonight, which I think I was kind of into. I was like, damn, Natalya's kind of proven her moxie tonight. Got her ankle stomped. Whew, that looked nasty.
It looks so disgusting.
Dude, that looks so brutal.
I was loving it.
I knew it. I was waiting for that.
I couldn't look away. I rewinded a couple times, but it was still.
Yo,
It's the fact it was natty.
You're sick.
listen, man, I don't know if it's just me. Did anyone get the feeling when they were watching the video package for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens? It just looked like Kevin Owens beating up a person with mental health issues.
Literally. It looked like he was beating up the old war drunk that's like outside of the convenience store talking shit, asking for money, and you just whoop his ass for no reason.
That's literally what it felt like, man.
Yes, I thought that was just me. I'm like, this looks the feel and how they did the package, it felt off.
I felt bad. I was like, oh, Sammy's got some legit issues, and you're gonna solve them by having Kevin Owens beat him up. It's like that's why I said in the chat when they announced JBL as guest commentator, I was like, oh, this fucking makes sense. JBL has a history of bullying people with mental health issues. Oh my god, man. All right, so I wasn't alone in that.
No, it was.
God.
It felt terrible. It literally felt terrible.
Yeah, man. What would you say about the match we got between them? It was a pretty classic match, right?
Banger, yeah.
Nothing short of a banger. When the two of them together is money.
Besides
Anytime they're against each other.
Right. Besides the main event, this was match of the night for me.
I agree.
I like that they recreated moments from their classic matches, but flipped the script.
Right.
Yep.
So they recreated the moment from I can't remember the pay-per-view. I want to say it was like Battleground, but they had a fatal four-way that Sammy opened up, like right when the bell rang. Sammy hit Kevin Owens with the haluva kick.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, it was the opposite. Kevin Owens hit the pop-up powerbomb. And then the finish was the recreation from 2016. Is that the Battleground one?
Yeah,
where
I think so.
Sammy hit 2 haluva kicks to put Kevin Owens away. But in this case, Kevin Owens hit a couple super kicks and then got the stunner for the victory.
And I liked when they it wasn't a callback, but it was kind of like their stick, like he's literally powerbombed him on the apron every single time they've wrestled for about 35 years, and he didn't get it off this time.
They did the classic brawl spot, except on top of the top ropes. Right. They were brawling. Sammy hit Kevin. I mean, it was probably a work punch. At one point, Sammy had Kevin Owens in the corner, was hauling off on him.
Yes.
And hit him with one uppercut that looked fucking vicious.
Kevin's face was like, that was what I was gonna say that next, like that exchange in the corner when they just started going at it after that punch. So there's definitely probably a receipt because I don't know if I think the rest of them might have been working punches, but that uppercut
man,
looked like the real thing.
Yeah. If not, that was a great sell by Kevin Owens because that looked legit.
Rocked his ass.
Kevin Owens ended up taking the victory. Logan Paul, who had been sitting ringside. By the way, there was a really good Logan Paul moment where Kevin Owens hit that like middle rope like suplex thing he does. Like he reverses a superplex into his own suplex. And when Sami Zayn hits the mat, you can see Logan Paul in the background fucking get destroyed too and fall out of his chair. It was a little moment. Go back and watch it, or I'll find a GIF and I'll send it to you guys. But it was actually pretty funny.
I still don't understand why the hell he was there. Like I'm
the same reason Bad Bunny was there.
No.
Yeah,
Bad Bunny put in the work. Bad Bunny's not going on tour.
He was still there because of his celebrity status.
Right.
Okay. If Bad Bunny was just a random fan from the crowd, he wouldn't be there. I'm not saying Logan Paul is on the same footing as Bad Bunny, but they were there for similar reasons.
No, I get the reason why, but the reason why I don't understand.
Like kayfabe?
Yeah, like
because
nothing made sense.
Sami Zayn sent him a video on Twitter and was like, "Hey, look at this."
Yeah, and he said, "I'll check it out," but that's still like
that was enough for WWE to be like, "Yep, bring him in."
Bring him in.
$5 million.
No.
We'll pay you more than everybody we paid on the card.
You think so?
Fucking.
Oh,
piece of
absolutely.
shit.
Yeah.
Those dudes are trash. They don't do anything unless they're getting fucking paid. I guarantee you they got over $1 million
Yeah.
to catch a stunner.
I believe
Guaranteed.
it, man. Which he sold worse than fucking Linda McMahon.
Right.
God damn it, man. Watch the goddamn tape. All right. You're supposed to fall down and recoil. You don't fucking follow through on a stunner. All right?
It looked like an RKO after he.
That's what I'm saying, man.
How
He front
sold
bumped.
it.
Supposed to back bump it. Come on, man. Oh my god. Still felt bad for Sammy though. That video package made me feel for Sammy more than anybody else.
He definitely looked like we needed to have an intervention with him.
Yeah, man. Looking like Lieutenant Dan in there.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
Yeah. Just
Joey
need some
got no
TLC,
legs.
man. Just need some TLC. I think we broke Katie. So Kevin Crazy's favorite spot of the night was Matt Riddle being congratulated by the great Khali, and then having RVD in there distributing RVD rolling papers.
I'm surprised that got off.
Man,
That was cringe, but not because it's cringe or because it's so
that's
unlike
the closest they've ever acknowledged weed. I swear to
Yeah.
God.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
it blew my mind that they let that go past. But I mean, they had to expect something like that. Fucking putting him in the Hall of Fame, like. So maybe that was their one way. Like, all right, just the rolling papers, nothing else.
Yeah.
Don't mention the strain. Don't mention your CBDs or nothing. Just the rolling papers.
I don't want to see nothing that looks like plants on your attire. I don't even want to see fucking cufflinks.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah, that shit was funny though. They ended up going straight from that into the Sheamus and Matt Riddle match. Remember, Matt Riddle, it was his match against Sheamus on Monday Night Raw that caught the attention of Vince and the guys in the backstage to start giving Riddle the push. Was the physicality he could endure with Sheamus. And boy, oh boy, tonight they visited that, dude. You know what? I love Sheamus's matches. I would never want to be in the ring with that guy.
No chance.
Looks
But
like
this
he
is-
kicks the shit out of you, dude.
And this is what I've been telling y'all, even in the chat about Riddle. Like, the stoner shit you don't need. Like, it kills me because they're always talking about how they're looking for the next badass and all this other shit. Like, you literally have a dude on your roster who still has the second fastest knockout in mixed martial arts history. Like, still to this day, that's what Matt Riddle has.
He's got
And
one
a
of the
winning record in
fastest
the
ones.
UFC. So it's like, you literally have a UFC fighter on your roster and you have him act like a fucking buffoon every week. But you're looking for a badass, real fighter. Okay.
Yeah, it is an odd dynamic because the characters between backstage and in the ring are so polar opposites.
Yeah.
It makes it hard to take either side seriously.
Right.
You know, it's weird. It's a weird one, man. Some spots here. Riddle got a over the head belly to belly moonsault on Sheamus from the top ropes. That was fucking crazy.
Spanish kind of thing.
Yeah. He's still subtly calling out Goldberg hitting the jackhammer.
Yeah.
Gotta love that. He flips over the ropes almost like a buckshot lariat, but he eats a knee from Sheamus, which that looked brutal as shit.
Yeah.
Ends up doing a German suplex onto the apron. God, Sheamus is a big dude to be taking apron bumps. I'm sorry, man. That's a small person spot. Sheamus is a big ass dude. You don't need that shit. Sheamus there was a botch. What happened with this avalanche white noise? I missed it.
He just fell off the top rope.
Just
like,
fell.
Yeah, I think it's
fell.
because his legs were behind the ropes instead of on the front. So he tried to get up and he kind of just fucking missed. I mean, he saved it. He
Yeah.
didn't let Riddle fall.
Still
Yeah,
hit the
I
white
mean,
noise
that alone-
afterwards.
the save
Yeah.
was almost as good as what the move would have been because there was no way he
That-
shouldn't have dropped Riddle for 220-pound dude, slippery wet, and you just fell off the fucking top rope with him.
Exactly.
The
Like,
fact
It
that
could have
he-
been bad.
dropping was dope.
Yeah. Yeah, he hit that shit. And then Riddle ended up hitting a tried to hit a springboard like moonsault, ate a bro kick to the face that
Busted his shit open.
fucking hell, man, exploded Riddle's lip.
My thing too is like with this match, like Riddle's not that small of a guy, and you got to see, like you said, if he can beat the shit out of Sheamus like this and take it, like this, he should be taken more serious as a threat to some of these titles, and not a goddamn buffoon riding around a scooter in the back like he's
maybe that kick to the head might be the start of that.
Right.
I hope so.
Yeah,
because like you said, just the suplexes and how he was tossing Sheamus around, like that little thing of moves where he was doing his finishers to Sheamus and everything, picking Sheamus is damn near 260. He was picking him up like he was nothing.
It's 24/7 behavior. You want to be in the 24/7 title? Act like Riddle backstage, man. Act like Riddle's character. It's amazing that he can have that character and still be, a former champion. Held the belt, and be in title contention with Sheamus. Anybody else with that character? I mean, look him. We already have him. Akira Tozawa. You know, who's this average Joseph? That's like some NXT guy, right?
Yeah, he was an NXT guy.
Is it the dude that did the air guitar?
Yes.
That's him. That's who I fucking thought he was, man.
Well, you were right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't remember.
Yeah, man. Those
old. He was on TV like twice. I don't fucking remember.
Dude, he'd fucking jam out to air guitar. Eric.
He had a couple months. He's not that bad of an athlete either. No. He just, he had his gimmick was doing the fucking air guitar. So,
okay, do you want to take an attempt at the name?
No. Go ahead, Kyle. It's your show.
Eric Bugenhagen. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Sounds right.
Nailed it.
This is why Vince makes everybody have single names.
Right.
Yeah, shit like that. But those are the people that end up in the 24/7 title picture. So it's amazing that Riddle is able to have that type of backstage personality and still be in like the title picture. Mm-hmm. It's completely unlike WWE.
It just pisses me off. Like everyone knows in the chat, like I've literally drove stupid amounts to go see him in piss-filled dive bars and shit in Pennsylvania and all over and stuff. And like, I literally wanted one of my favorite wrestlers to make it to the WWE. He did, and this is what we get.
You know what this reminds me of? Do you watch South Park by any chance?
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode where the kids watched the Steven Spielberg remake or edit of like Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yeah.
And it was like Steven Spielberg and I forget who else just like raping Harrison Ford.
Yes.
I feel like that's you, man. Like you saw Riddle while he was cool, and you're watching WWE just fucking dismantle the man.
The worst part of it is like the gimmick that he had and involved in like on the indies was kind of this gimmick. It just wasn't so fucking blown out and like off the deep end. Like he still was like stoner and all his shit was like he did implied stoner shit. Like even on the indies, he didn't say he smoked weed or did any of that. It was just implied on what he did.
Yeah.
So like it was like wink, wink. I'm going to burn one after the fucking match. You know what I'm saying? And then he'd go beat the shit out of you and make you tap out. Like,
well, subtlety has never been WWE strength. Let's be
absolutely
honest.
Not.
Yeah. All right. What else did we have? What did we have up next? Oh, the fucking hell, Jesus Christ, dude. Have we the drum, the Nigerian drum, fucking match?
I didn't know what the hell that was. He never explained it. He just said my ancestors had this fight.
It's a no DQ match where you hit each other so hard it sounds like you're playing drums. I loved Michael Cole's call, I think it was, and he says, "This doesn't mean percussion instruments. They're gonna hit each other so hard it sounds like you're hitting drums, while the ringside is lined with fucking drums."
Yeah, like, and not even like African drums. They were like
just bongos and fucking
fucking Caribbean drums.
It wouldn't surprise me that maracas back there and shit.
They had a fucking gong.
Stupid shit, fucking props, man.
Fucking Asian gong, like what the fuck? Like
why the fuck they have a gong back there?
like, god damn, bro! Like y'all couldn't even get some like proper like African.
You remember
stuff there, like anything, like even if it's just some shit you went to the flea market down in Florida and got. Like,
remember how you were saying like they were gonna let Apollo be authentic?
Right.
Yeah, that lasts all of like 2 weeks, man.
2 weeks.
2 fucking weeks. Oh god. The match was like, dude, this reminded me of like fucking call any of their holiday themed hardcore matches. Their pumpkin patch goddamn street fight. Their
Miracle on 34th Street fight.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
That's all this shit was. They tried to make it brutal, but it really felt overly gimmicked. It took like all the animosity out of the match because it felt so silly to me. I hate to say it, man. But we did get an interesting debut of Dabba Kato.
Yeah.
Or Bubba Tunde, I forget what name. Apparently, according to Tyreek, this is not his name. He's going to be dubbed a new name. I think, interestingly, commentary didn't know who he was. So what's that mean about Raw Underground?
Didn't exist.
Never happened.
It never happened.
They also got Dabba Kato in the draft.
Yeah.
Like, he's on SmackDown, technically.
I forgot about that shit.
What? You got Dabba Kato. You got all the guys from Raw Underground. Besides Omos, who's
he wasn't even in Raw Underground. He was the doorman.
He was the doorman, yeah.
He was the doorman.
But still.
I told you, we say it all the time. Raw Underground was a badass trip on Raw.
Ed Freeze added some context to what Tyreek was saying. Commander Aziz, because WWE filed a trademark for it this week. That makes sense because he was wearing the cheapest of military-esque garment.
Sami Zayn looks more like the military than he did.
He really does, dude. Sami Zayn looks like a fucking throwback 70s goddamn Vietnam vet.
My thing is too, like, they just need to stop trying to do ethnic shit. Like, you're just terrible at it. Like, just stop. Like, there's no need.
Are we surprised?
No, I mean, I understand, but it's just like, just stop. A bunch of teenage white guys don't know shit about Africa. Clearly, or you wouldn't have had the Asian gong out there. Just leave it alone.
For real, the gong.
Like,
I wasn't paying attention.
Like the other like bongs and bongos and shit and all that, like you could have kind of got away with that. But when you had the Asian fucking gong out there with the dragons on it, you lost all your credibility, bro. Like, just
dude. And I feel bad because I don't get to celebrate any type of like African culture, but I saw a lot of people get excited when, you know, Apollo Crews was breaking out the Nigerian accent. I didn't get it right away, and I still don't quite get it, but I saw how excited it made a lot of people, and I just feel bad because it feels like it's turned out cheesy, just like everything else they've ever tried to touch their hands on that they just don't understand.
No.
You know?
And my thing is, like, you don't have to do anything. He was this character on the Indies when you fucking signed him. You don't have to help him through this character. He knows it. He was literally Prince Uha, this exact character. Like, you don't need to add your WWE shit to it. He knows what he's doing. Just let it go. Like, I don't know. It's just until they diversify their writing team, this is what's always going to happen with people of color. It's not even the race card. It's just the ignorance card. They don't know. Yeah, like they just don't know what they're doing.
So what's this pairing going to be like with Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz?
He can actually go in the ring. Like, he's actually legit in the ring. He's not that good on the mic.
He's fucking huge.
Yeah.
He made Big E look like a child.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah, like...
He came up to like his nipples, like he was like literally looking direct, like neck back, looking up at him.
I know Big E isn't that tall, but even mass wise, he made Big E look like a small man. Like, god damn, how big do you have to be to dwarf Big E, man? He's
athletic as hell. He's fast. Like he can go. But again, like my thing is like two dudes that can't talk on a mic in a faction. Like that's, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck, dude, that's cruel.
But he's not wrong.
Is he going to be SmackDown's version of the AJ Omos?
Yes,
kind of just
absolutely.
It's exactly what it is.
Big heater.
Except they're not the tag champs. It's literally the same thing.
Who's the current tag champs? Dirty Dogs.
I wanted both these two to be with Roman. Like, I wanted them to be part of the tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember, because they had that thing where him and Apollo were talking and shit. And like,
yeah, that's true. That is very
remember,
true.
we went through a list of names of people that should join it. He was one of the ones I said.
Damn,
Yeah, because at the time it made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for it. Just to see, like, hey, look, we have a new face. We've wondered where this guy was. You said it. The guy can go. So hopefully that will be what separates them from the AJ Omos. Not saying Omos can't go, but he can't.
Right.
He's essentially like a looser Great Khali.
Right.
You know, he's not going to be busting out, you know, leg drops and dives and shit. I mean, we don't even know if he can properly pin. We had to see him do the foot. I get nervous when you see a big man do like the foot pin because I can't tell if A, that's for showmanship, or B, if it's because it's difficult for that man to get from the ground to his feet. You know?
Well, that ain't Dabba-Kato. I'm telling you, that man can move.
Yeah, and that's kind of what brings me to that point, is Dabba-Kato feels like that guy is essentially another Braun Strowman, you know?
Honestly, he's a little bit more athletic.
You think so?
He's not gonna be doing those like topes and shit like that. But I mean, like, as far as like his how he goes in the ring, like, it's fast. Like, it's not like slow and prodding. Like, he's putting in work.
Yeah. Is he Samoan by any chance?
I thought they on NXT and everywhere else it was like an African type of vibe.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think they might have said he was Nigerian too. If I'm being, I could be wrong.
If
but
he ends up being Nigerian, that's gonna fucking be real fitting. Like, I'll give him that. Like, damn, he fell on a good story.
Yeah, he definitely had like an African vibe. So like, I can't remember. Like, it might be Nigerian. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Yo, Katie, what'd you think of Rhea Ripley's live performance?
Listen, the live performance wasn't that good, but that's okay. It's fine. Live performances at Mania rarely work, especially recently. I mean, you could say the same about Wale for Big E.
Yeah, Wale's was terrible, and I love it. Oh,
yeah,
I missed this, so I actually assumed
he was
it was
lip
good.
singing.
And then he was just in Big E's way. Like, Big E was like trying to walk down the ramp and like he like ran out in front of him and shit. I'm like, what are you doing? You're supposed to stay on the stage, bro.
Stay on the stage.
You never seen WrestleMania before, motherfucker? Stay up there.
Honestly,
Big E halfway down the ramp.
He just wanted to have his moment. All right.
Oh man.
No, but I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, she tried, and you could actually hear her.
It was
like
fucking bad.
Well, obviously.
No, I mean, it was real bad.
Why did she flash her tits at the end too? Like, she like opened up her vest. Like, what, you about to show some titties? Like,
Apparently, we got a few bit of titties last night on night one. I wasn't even aware.
I wasn't either.
No,
I wasn't either.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't Dana tweet it or something?
Yeah. So that was the first one I saw. Is Dana acknowledged it? It said, "Call us the nip slips," referencing she had a nip slip, and then Mandy Rose actually slipped. Hey, way to own it, man. Way to own it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
I don't know.
How was the match? I missed most of the match, but I'm not gonna lie, I really wasn't into it. Like, when I was trying to watch it, because I was putting my kids to bed, I was like, dude, I cannot invest myself into these two people. I don't know if it's just me or what was going on.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's more like Sasha and Bianca have been doing whatever the fuck for a few months. Rhea and Asuka had 3 weeks because they didn't call up Asuka immediately after Rumble.
Yeah.
So we were kind of just left with Asuka doing whatever, and then Rhea coming up 3 weeks, Mania. There wasn't a lot of time for a story or them to even barely interact.
And they still jammed in one of those weeks making them tag team.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can they coexist?
Yeah, I mean, but I did say that I liked that they didn't try and make them buddy-buddy. Rhea literally flipped the table on Asuka. Next week, they're supposed to be tag partners, and Rhea said no and beat the shit out of her. I liked that. I was fine with that. But they just didn't have a lot of time to work together. Because, like, both of them are great. Them together, okay. Which sucks.
I think if we had a story to invest in, I would have liked the match. But to me, I couldn't stop thinking. I was like, this just feels like this felt like the most I'll catch this match on Raw. Like, maybe it went a little bit longer. I'll give him that. The match did go for a while. Gave him some time. But I couldn't get into it, man. I did see, though, there was the cool spot where who was it? Asuka hit a DDT off the apron.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty gnarly, not gonna lie. But Rhea ended up winning with the Riptide. Put Asuka away with a single Riptide, I think, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was kind of like, to me, it just felt like a flat win. I'm happy Rhea got, won at Mania, especially considering 2 years ago everyone thought, or was it last year? No, last year.
Last year.
Yeah, last year everyone thought she got robbed, that she should have won at Mania.
It's true.
Yeah. But I felt like, I don't know. I felt like this story should have been told at like SummerSlam. Like, just giving them time. Because all the good story beats was there. Asuka is the longtime dominant champion, and Rhea Ripley is the new blood coming up, that Asuka's never faced. But Katie, you said it perfectly. 3 weeks is just not a fucking enough time.
It's not enough time. If they would have just pulled the cord on her and have her come up as soon as Rumble ended, this could have been fine.
Yeah.
But no, they chose to not acknowledge her. I mean, she had one or two more bangers with Raquel on NXT, which I'm thankful for because those were awesome. But then you had her MIA for a month and a half, and then you started teasing her, and you're like, oh, next week. Why waste all that time? You should have just had her come up, and we could have had something decent, if not pretty good. But no.
I think you guys are just putting way more stock in Rhea Ripley than she really deserves, honestly. I'm not saying she's terrible or she's not bad. I just don't think that she's the star that everyone assumes she is.
Dude, when she beat Shayna, that felt really big.
And
she felt like she was top of the world until Charlotte beat her at Mania.
Right. And even ever since then. I'm not saying that I agree. She definitely should have won. She went through all of that time not being NXT Women's Champion and then finally getting it and losing it to Charlotte of all fucking people. Like,
right.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I was as much as I'm not into her, I was totally against Charlotte getting a belt collecting, especially with our beloved NXT. But what I'm just saying is, like, I don't know if she's the star that Bianca is. And they keep trying to kind of have them neck and neck to make them be like Sasha and Bayley, I think. But I don't think that it's fair. I think that Bianca is leaps and bounds star power wise ahead of Rhea. But that's just.
I mean, no. I'm right there with you. Yeah. Bianca Belair has that intangible.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That it thing, like, no matter what she does, you want to watch her. Like, I don't think that Rhea's there. And I'm not saying she can't get there, but to me, not so much.
I think with the right story, she could. We didn't get a story.
I mean, her run in NXT was great. How they did it with her was perfect. And I mean, even you can say the same with Bianca too. I mean, Bianca is a star through and through regardless. I mean, she is the ESD. Like, that's not even her gimmick. Like, that's her real fucking self.
But her NXT run wasn't anything like Rhea's.
I know.
She never even got gold in NXT.
No, and she had plenty of opportunities too. It was kind of like
she only had one opportunity versus Shayna. But that's what I'm saying. Like, even with all the things that Bianca didn't do in NXT, you still saw and felt that she was a star. Rhea had every opportunity that could be fucking given and actually won the belt. And I still, like I said, I still don't think that I don't think that Shayna has the it that Bianca has.
Wasn't it? Did I remember correctly? Wasn't it supposed to be, surprisingly, Asuka and Lacey Evans? I want to say.
Yeah, it was supposed to be, but she got pregnant. She lost. She won the number one contender or whatever.
That's right, and that's why Charlotte stepped in. Okay, yeah. I wonder if that somehow played into WrestleMania was Lacey Evans, and this was like some weird ass Plan B.
No, this definitely was the weird ass Plan B because remember, first it was supposed to be for Lacey, then according to Andrade, Charlotte got pregnant. They pulled her.
Oh fuck, that's right.
You remember?
Yeah. No wonder we only got 3 fucking weeks. Yeah, no wonder we only got 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on in the chat. Bama says because if it makes sense, they don't do it. Yeah, Bama. Man, it's hard not to feel like that. TP Poker says Bianca versus Ripley, title for title next Mania. Ooh, that's going to be a tough sell, man, with Bailey or Becky Lynch coming back this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Jay says it was supposed to be Charlotte and Evans for Mania. Wow, Asuka wasn't even supposed to be in there. Yeah, the Ric Flair on a pole match deal. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is definitely Plan C.
Yeah, it was going to be Lacey winning at Fastlane, Charlotte versus her at Mania. Okay. Let Rhea run wild. Get hate for 4 months. Dude, I don't know, man. She's got an uphill battle because she was not... she's literally third string out of what WWE wanted to do. And usually what that means, if WWE originally didn't have plans for you, it doesn't turn out too good. Just ask Braun Strowman coming in and beating Goldberg. That title reign had nothing behind it until he lost it, man. So, yeah. Some more fun stuff. Bayley humiliated by the Bellas. Typical WrestleMania, right? Fucking.
This is all you could do for Bayley. This is literally all you could do for Bayley at WrestleMania.
You know how people were like, oh, Bayley's going to offer an open challenge and we're going to have Becky Lynch. We're going to have this epic fucking battle. No. Bayley's going to get ignored and goddamn condescended the whole 2 nights just to get beat down by the Bella Twins effortlessly. God, I hate wrestling sometimes.
Yep.
Fucking do.
And this is the type of shit that makes people hate the Bellas. Like, and even though they deserve everything they have, they should not be hated at all. And they deserve to be Hall of Famers. But then when you come back and do shit like this, you just kick that fucking door open for people to hate them. Like, it's like they don't think about things ever. Like, they just like, let's do this. And that's it. Like, no type of like research, no type of like backstory. Or like, is this going to hurt them moving forward with us?
Dude, the crowd booed the shit out of them. The crowd let them hear it, man. They did not want any fucking part of it. It was refreshing to not have WWE pipe in their own chants. Because you know if that was Thunderdome,
Cheers.
yes. Like fucking Bellas. Like, no. They got booed like motherfuckers.
And then you put them out there with Hogan too. So that they were, I mean, you're already going to get like 40 to 50% boos anyway.
Yeah.
And then you put then with the Hogan factor on top of it, like that segment never stood a fucking chance.
Dude. Fucking hell, man. The Bellas. Look at that. Retired moms can beat up the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion with fucking ease.
With a slap and a knee to the face.
Yeah.
Right.
That's fucking
Why would they
disrespectful
let
to Bayley.
Breeze fucking butcher ass do a move to somebody?
Oh man, I don't know, but it was like that's kind of like feeding into I think what Jay, or I forget, maybe it was Jay, but it said like the night 2 was the corporate version. This is the tropes, man. It's the classic tropes.
I wondered like which night was watched the most. Like if they'd ever, I doubt they'd ever fucking say it out loud or show it to us, but I wonder which night was watched the most.
Oh yeah. Hey, Bayley did get some badass pyro, though. I'll say that. Yeah.
Good.
At least
she
they
deserved
didn't
it.
leave her hanging on that. The next pay-per-view is announced. Surprisingly, 5 weeks away. We get actually more than a month of build to it. So that's pretty cool.
Crazy.
Backlash, except this Backlash is WrestleMania Backlash. What was the Saudi Arabia show that they were like it's bigger than WrestleMania or something? Oh my god!
Wasn't it like the I'm looking it up. Hold
they
on.
build it as like bigger than WrestleMania because I remember they had like the world's greatest Royal Rumble.
With 50 people.
But we had WrestleMania and then immediately followed up with a Saudi show that they said was even better than WrestleMania.
And it was the same matches.
Yeah.
Was it the Super Showdown?
No, that was
that
in
one?
Australia, I want to say. I'm not sure. It was Super Showdown.
No, it was not.
Well, no, they did a Super Showdown in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did do one.
Not this one.
The chat, most of the chat is saying Super Showdown while Jay says Crown Royal.
Well, this Super Showdown was in 2019. So, I don't know.
I think that's it. Yeah, I believe that's the one. What month did
Baby J don't know nothing.
What month did it take place? If it's like April or May, that's it. Because it followed
it was
WrestleMania.
June. It was June.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. Anyways.
I don't know.
It looks like they're getting used to branding other things as WrestleMania that aren't WrestleMania.
Right. But in their defense, Backlash always was the Backlash from WrestleMania. Like that was the whole point of Backlash.
Just goes in and it's like show it, don't tell it. Like we get what it is. We get
it's can't just help it, bro. That's why there was a video package for every fucking match that we've been building towards for 3 or months or more.
Yep.
Literally a video package for every match. Like, hey, just in case you didn't watch the last 3 weeks when we played the same exact goddamn video package, here you go again.
Or you didn't watch the pre-show where they showed the exact same video package.
Hey, listen.
So if you watched the pre-show, you got to see it twice. Congrats.
Speaking of video packages, though, the one we got for the Triple Threat main event might be one of the best video packages I've ever seen WWE produce. It was really well done.
I mean,
I didn't even pay attention to it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Really?
I was done with it. Like that was the 19th video package of the weekend, bro. Like,
Man, I was in there like, dude, this is like Rock and Austin level. I was like, this only thing it's missing is fucking Limp Bizkit. Like this the video package was good.
I didn't even watch it. I'm gonna be honest.
It was all fucking artsy. They labeled it like black screen, white text, Edge. They gave his fucking promo. Then they did the same thing for Daniel Bryan. Then they ramped up the intensity for Roman Reigns. It was fan-fucking-tastic. It really was. Honestly, it was probably better than the match. Not gonna.
I'll go back and check it out. But yeah, I definitely didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah. What'd y'all think of the Triple Threat?
It was all right.
It was okay.
It was better than I thought it was going to be. It definitely didn't expect Roman to win the way he did. I thought he would win, but yeah, I like the physicality of it though. Like,
felt like it was missing the overbooking. Really felt like it could have done with a little bit more overbooking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on. Like Jey Uso, no, have like Paul Heyman go in there and catch a concerto.
How dare you?
Have some corporate paid off ref come down to try and help Roman.
You could have had Jimmy come out at least.
Yeah, you could have had fucking Jimmy come out, man.
I was surprised we didn't get Jimmy.
Me too, actually. I actually thought when Jay interrupted at the end of the match, that was Jimmy.
I did too for a second, but I looked at his leg. I was like, oh no, he has no type of brace or anything. It has to be Jay.
How fucking long is he gonna be out? He's been out about a year and a half right now.
Probably been good to go for like 3 months, man.
They just don't have anything for him.
That or they're just really behind fucking Jay, man.
They're pushing main event Uso. So,
no, I get that. You can still do that with his brother there, but like it's like it can't just be the two guys and Paul Heyman's old fat ass holding down the entire roster of SmackDown.
That's what I'm saying. There should have been like a paid off ref or something. I don't know. Chris Jericho cuts a promo from the Titantron. Like he just did the fucking Broken Skull sessions, okay, you know?
Shit, I forgot all about that. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely throwing that on when I get done with you losers.
How fucking dare you? The disrespect shown
I'm too tired to even fight back.
Dude,
I will always fight back.
I'm telling you. The triple threat, quick rundown. Everybody got their shit in. I mean, it really did. Jey Uso was a factor from the very beginning, super kicking everybody that wasn't Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman, until Edge was able to DDT him onto some stairs. He's taken off by like paramedics and shit. Commentary was really worried. We did not understand that if Edge pinned Daniel Bryan or vice versa, that they would become champion. Because god damn it, anytime Roman wasn't in the ring, they were freaking out on commentary like, oh my god, if Edge beats Daniel Bryan right now, Roman's gonna lose his belt. Like, bitch, we get the fucking concept.
We know how triple threat matches work.
Yes.
Like,
You do one at every WrestleMania.
Dude, the double spear spot looked
That was
painful as shit.
I liked that.
Oh man, all I
It
pictured
looked
was
awful, but I loved
broken
it.
collarbones. That's a lot of fucking meat right there on a very small. Ugh, no, that looked bad. That looked painful as fuck. It was nice to see that the crowd was booing Roman Reigns. We were kind of worried that, you know, he wouldn't get the proper reaction and people would cheer him because he's a badass, but no, he got booed out the fucking building in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, there was a lot of hard shit. I mean, Daniel Bryan was able to come in, do his yes movement stuff. There was the super badass spot where Edge had Roman Reigns in a crossface using a bar from a chair.
Yeah.
And right before Roman could tap out, Daniel Bryan comes in, grabs Roman's arm, and locks him in a yes lock on the opposite side. Looked like they were going to decapitate this man, ripping his head off. Oh, man.
Just the bar alone, like, god damn, like, you gonna mess that man's new teeth up.
Fucking, dude, those goddamn
The
veneers.
teeth! I forgot about the teeth! Oh, no!
But,
Oh, shit.
no, ultimately, Edge came up with the upper hand, had Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns laid out, delivered a concerto to Daniel Bryan, which, by the way, we've been teased for a while. Still looks really violent, which is good because it looks like a safe violent move. But damn it, if it does not look effective.
You can fuck that up so many ways.
Oh god,
Mhm.
I imagine just your ears, like that's got to make your head ring. Just having that crack next to your head. Jey Uso though comes in before Edge can concerto Roman. Roman hits a spear as they scuffle. Roman hits a concerto on Edge. Stacks the bodies, pins both Edge and Daniel Bryan. Not the last thing I expected, but close to the last thing I expected to happen. And Roman retains at fucking WrestleMania, man. What do y'all think?
He should have.
I don't know. I mean, any one of them could have won, and I would have been happy. Like, I'm happy Roman won.
Nah.
What do you mean, nah?
Nah. Daniel Bryan didn't need to win, neither did Edge.
The only one I did not want to win was Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan was definitely like the lowest of the three, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was on board with Edge when he was a face, but not as a heel, because you're just switching heel champs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you're going to do that, you might as well keep Roman Reigns heel, because who knows what we get, how many more matches we'll get from Edge. And what show is Edge on? Is he on Raw or SmackDown?
SmackDown, I imagine, because of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but he just
challenged. What if this, though? Human Ramp asked a question, and I think we can play right into it. Human Ramp asked, what happens with Daniel Bryan now? He kept saying this could be his last Mania. What if it's this? What if Roman took both our beloved Daniel Bryan and Edge off TV? They're part-timers at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What if they're gone now? They're gone. Roman becomes even a bigger heel. He took our two most beloved wrestlers off of SmackDown. You think that's a good tactic? Because that's fucking something you could really roll with if that all works out.
You got to give Roman all the heat you can give him. Anything you can to make people mad or pissed off, give it to him. Because now people are actually booing him for the right reasons and not booing him because they're shoving her down her throat, making him be the guy. They're booing him because he's a piece of shit.
That could get him similar heat that he got beating fucking Undertaker at Mania.
Yeah.
Right.
I took out, like it's not only did I beat Daniel Bryan and Edge, you don't get to see him on TV anymore because of me. Like, oh, that stings.
And the
That
thing
fucking stings, man.
What I was saying about Edge too at Raw and SmackDown, because last year he was on Raw before he got hurt.
Yeah.
So like I'm saying, like what show is he actually on? Because you can be with, it doesn't say what show you got to be on. You got to challenge that champion. It says you can challenge whichever champion you want.
Mm-hmm.
He challenged Roman on SmackDown. So
yeah, he was on Raw because both him and Randy were.
Yeah,
they feuded on Raw. No, you're right. Yeah, that's true. That's crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know. Who does Roman move on to? This is kind of like a definitive win over both Edge and Daniel Bryan. I would think it'd be hard to think that either of them are getting the next title shot.
I would say Cesaro or start gearing up for the Big E SummerSlam feud.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, that's what I'm into.
Because he don't got the belt no more, so I know that they're probably going to go back and forth a little bit. So hopefully we get that that Big E SummerSlam versus Roman Reigns.
What about you, Katie? Who'd you like to see?
I mean, I said it yesterday. I think Cesaro, like he has definitely earned it. I mean, he beat Seth Rollins, a multi-time champ, clean in the middle of the ring at Mania. I think Cesaro, if they're 100% going to do Roman and E at SummerSlam, have it be Cesaro now.
Right. That's what I said too.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins is still lurking around that. They're going to have to.
I mean, that's true.
If it's Cesaro, though, do you think? Because if Cesaro's the next guy, he's not winning.
No.
And
I don't even think Big E should win. But I mean, like, if we're setting up the pins moving forward for the rest of the year, like, I think Cesaro's a good starting point.
Yeah, me too. I have a hard time picturing anybody now that Daniel Bryan and Edge are taken out. It's going to take a hell of a story to get anybody built up to Roman Reigns level to take that belt off of him.
I don't think so. I think Seth Rollins is probably your best bet.
Seth Rollins, really?
Yeah.
Who's the face?
There isn't one, and that's the thing. That's what I think would be the best part about it.
That's wishful thinking.
It is. We've talked about it numerous times. But the only way that you're going to get anybody on his level is if you get somebody that tries to go as evil and as fucked up and as despicable as him. And the only person on the roster that can do that is Seth Rollins.
Yeah,
because you don't have a babyface on the roster that you could build up by Mania next year. You just don't.
It's gonna be probably The Rock, ain't it?
It better fucking not be.
It's gonna be The Rock. Who's gonna lose?
But even then you're still back in the same position because he's gonna have to lose the belt to Roman. So it's gonna be,
dude. We're totally getting another Brock Lesnar out of Roman Reigns. We're gonna have Roman Reigns as champ for like fucking 3 years, man.
I think that Brock Lesnar's coming. I think he's coming. I think he'll be here for Rumble.
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be interesting. But that's our show, man. WrestleMania, dude. We're all fucking tired.
Right.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight after Mania. You guys are fucking awesome. Please make sure to follow us on Twitch if you haven't already. Head on over to Smack Raw Podcast Twitch channel as well. Follow that one so you don't miss Katie and RN on Wednesdays. Just all the fun shit, man. All the fun stuff. You know it by now. But Katie, you have the prestigious honor of covering Raw after Mania. I know you're so excited for tomorrow night.
Genuinely should be. That's probably the best Raw of the year.
I am, but I'm burnt out.
It's okay. Just tell Kevin to host it.
Are you kidding? do you want a Monday Night Raw recap, Kyle? Or do you want me to deal with Kevin's bullshit for 2 hours? I do that enough.
Oh man. Consider supporting us on patreon.com/SmackDraw podcast, stickers, t-shirts, special 420 episode of UWO coming up, where you can, of course, get your video submitted unpopular opinion right off on air to have our panelists debate on whether you have any merit or if it's trash. And then we'll yeet it the fuck off the show.
Yeet that tweet.
Yes, man. But, man, thank y'all once again. We're fucking tired, bro. You guys, until next time, y'all have a good one.